Hello everybody, hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so glad to have you here, and I'm also so glad to be here because it has been quite the week. When I say it has been quite the week, I actually mean it has been something. So today I decided to take this pretty little dress out of the closet to look all pretty, because what I want us to talk about is very ugly. And one of us has to compensate. So I decided to sacrifice myself. Anyway, seriously though, we are living in a time and in an age where things seem to be going all wrong every other year. I mean, we have been fighting Corona. I believe that is the pandemic of the century. But today I want us to address the pandemic of our age. Yes, our age. When I say our age, I mean this generation. Not that the other generations did not experience this, they did, but maybe they just didn't talk about it, or they didn't know what was happening, or they were not aware of it, and they were really just not exposed to the whole thing. I am talking about mental illness. We have lost so many lives to these illnesses, many. I know when I say mental illness, the first thing that comes to mind is depression, but there are so many others. Some of the rare ones are schizophrenia, dementia, bipolar disorder, and coming down to the common ones, we have OCD, we have PTSD, depression, anxiety, we have autism. There are so many mental illnesses, and we have lost so many lives to this because of stigmatization. Because we are not talking about it, so we don't really understand, we don't know what it's about, and I feel it's time to address it. And I intend to bring a few specialists to talk about it with me here on my channel. Yes, I'm gonna be doing interviews. I intend to bring a few people to come talk about it here on this channel, to educate us, you and I both, because I don't know much about mental illness, and I believe that it's time to change the world one mind at a time, yeah? And now, story time. I am choosing to talk about mental health because for a while, even I didn't know that I was having mental health issues. But it's actually, I'm smiling because it's a funny story. It's okay, parts of it are funny. It's an kidogo funny story. I was suffering from mild PTSD. I need to stop laughing. Okay, it's not funny, but it kind of is. Let me tell the story and then you'll see why it's funny. One time I was walking to my place. I was at school. So I was walking to my place at, it was dark, but it was around 9. So I'm going to the house, and then I feel like there's someone following me. So I decide to turn and look back. And then there's a drunk guy, and I'm like, who gets drunk this early? Plus, alikuwa amebeba dustbin. You can't be drunk and carrying a dustbin. Something didn't add up, just didn't seem right. So I was on the phone and I told the person I was talking to, there's someone behind me. And then they were like, don't hang up, just start, walk faster. So I didn't hang up, I started walking faster. And while I was walking fast, I realized that I was actually starting to jog. I had picked up a little jog. And then when I looked back, this guy was right behind me, so I panicked. Sorry. And I tried to move a little bit faster. My phone was on my ear. My phone was on my ear like this. So I'm trying to walk faster, and then he came and he grabbed the phone. So mimi sijui nini iliniingia. Honestly, I should have just let go of the phone and be like, dude. But I didn't. Sijui, I did not let go of the phone for some reason. My heart was racing. I don't understand what was happening. Guys, sijui, it just happened so fast. So he's struggling for my phone, and he's really struggling for it, and then he choked me. from the back. So alikuwa ameshika simu na mkono moja, and then the other hand is on my neck. So he's choking me, and I'm like, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I can't breathe. So I don't know what I did, but he went around me. He still had his hand on my neck. He went around me and then faced me. So we were face to face like this. So this guy, one of each of our hands are holding my phone, and one of each of our hands are holding my neck. Yeah. So I realized I can't breathe. I'm actually starting to choke. I'm feeling a blood rush. My thoughts are suddenly so confused. Suffocation is horrible. Take it from me, guys. Yeah. Anyway, so I let go of my phone, and then I let go of my neck, and I held his face like this, and I scratched him. I had really long nails, so I scratched his face, and he cast me out, pushed me, and then while I was going to fall, I threw my phone up. Akaidaka, you know, like, hey. Akaidaka, and then he started running. Yeah, and that's how I was mugged. So for the next few months after that, actually it's not few months, I think till date, but it was horrible in the beginning. Every time I hear footsteps behind me, my heart would start to race. I'd actually start to panic. You know, I'd start suffocating all over again. I'd feel very anxious and very nervous and very panicky and fidgety. I didn't want to look back. For some reason, I always knew that if I looked back, I'd see someone trying to mug me. I don't know. It's just... Anyway, it made it very difficult for me to walk in the dark. If it's 6 p.m. and it's dark, count me out. Please, I am not going anywhere. And for that reason, because for a few months I didn't realize what was happening, you know. I actually didn't think about it, and it made it difficult for me to be in a place where there are people. If I was outside and then suddenly a crowd of people was coming towards me, I would start to panic. If I was outside my door and I'm trying to open the door and I feel footsteps behind me, even if it's a neighbor or something, I'd start shaking. It reached a point now when I realized this is more than, you know, typical. Yeah, my neighbor once came up from behind me, really sweet guy, and he was like, "Hi Nelly." I panicked. I dropped my keys, I dropped my bag, I dropped everything, and then I could feel my heart, you know, it was palpitating so fast. I didn't even say hi back, honestly. I fidgeted with my keys. Again, I opened the door, I got inside, I locked myself inside, and then I sat at the door and cried my eyes out. I have no idea why I was crying. Don't ask me. Anyway, that's the story. So, I really understand it when people say, you don't know you're going through anxiety until it gets to the point where it interferes with your daily routine. You don't know you're depressed until it gets to the point where you can't function. You don't know that your OCD has gotten out of hand until it makes it difficult for you to be somewhere with other people, because you always want things a certain way, your certain way, which you think is the right way. It's difficult. And I am also working on getting someone who has experienced autism firsthand to come and speak to us about autism, because I feel in this country we're not talking about it enough. Yet our children are suffering from autism, our friends, our family, our you know, people we know are suffering from autism, and because we do not know about it, we don't know how to go about it. So I'm going to work on educating us. Let's change the world one mind at a time. I know that in the description of my YouTube channel, I promised you everything life, faith, our psychological state, our emotional states, the spiritual, and everything that surrounds us. And I am starting to do that slowly by slowly. So, hey, I'm so glad I finally did this. And I know it's not much. It's not. But it's a good start to see where we are going. And I'm sure, I am certain that once I bring this very good friend of mine to come and talk to us about mental health, it's going to be such an enlightening session, and we are going to learn so much. And I believe that at the end of the session, we are going to be better, better at taking care of our friends who are going through mental issues, different mental issues. We are going to be better for ourselves if we're experiencing different mental issues. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. Thank you for sitting through with me. If you made it to the end, kudos to you. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and kama kawaida, hit the ding ding thing.